Hey, this is Winker Reviews, and I'll be doing a video on Overlord about a group of soldiers who are sent out on a mission from the United States to fight the Nazis. This is a period piece almost, and their plane ends up crashing, and they end up in the middle of nowhere, and they have to duck and dodge a bunch of Nazi soldiers, and they take shelter in this woman's house along with her little brother and her mother. And while doing so, one of the lead character in this movie named Jovan, the actor that's playing the lead character, his name is Jovan. He wanders around and finds himself inside of this laboratory where he sees a bunch of people getting experimented on. And that's pretty much the plot. This movie wasn't what I expected it to be. I I don't know. I saw some people comparing it to Resident Evil, and for me, this wasn't anything like that. I was expecting sort of like a zombie type of movie. I didn't expect a zombie apocalypse, but I did expect to see a bunch of, infected, people attacking the soldiers and the soldiers having to shoot their way to survival, like cat and mouse almost. And like Quarantine or Wreck, the movie Wreck from 2007, I thought it was going to be something like that, except with soldiers and guns. And it wasn't really anything like that at all. Just to get to the positives, I did like the lead actor. His name is Jovan, and and I did like the fact that he was, the hero. He's Yeah, I like that the black guy was the hero. I like that there were a couple of scenes that had great suspense, that like where the lead actor finds himself in a laboratory that's operated by the Nazis, and he's discovering all these different things, and that was very creepy. That kept me on the edge of my seat, and I wish the movie had that same momentum. The whole movie had that same momentum. Also, there was another scene in this movie that I did kind of like, but it did remind me of Venom. Like if you've seen the movie Venom, when the guy is infected by the Cenobite, he's super sweaty and he's super thirsty and hungry. That's how one of the characters react in this movie when they're injected with this liquid in order to keep alive. And I thought that was kind of funny. But overall, now I have to get into the negatives. Now, this movie wasn't what I expected. And that's where the positives kind of end for me. The problem with this is that I don't really like any of the characters besides the main character who I'm rooting for. I I don't know, like it's very obvious who's gonna die and who's gonna survive. That's one major problem. Like the kid's gonna survive, the woman's gonna survive because she's like the love interest. And then you have these background throwaway characters who are forgettable, and they're literally there to just keep the body count up. And that's another thing that I was really disappointed in. Like there's a lot of murder in this movie and there is some gore in this movie, but the problem is that most of that is just human to human contact. Like it's just humans killing other humans. This is basically a war movie with some horror elements, but it's promoting itself as a horror movie, and it is kind of a horror movie, but to me it's more of like a gory war film between Nazis and US soldiers. Like there's really no zombies in this movie. There's like three or two and a half if you count that one guy. But overall, yeah, this movie, it really isn't a zombie movie. It's promoting itself as like a zombie infected, quarantine type movie. But to me, it's more of a war movie with unlikable characters, like characters that I personally don't care about. And if I don't care about the characters, then I don't really care about the movie. But not to completely bash it. Like I said before, there were some suspenseful elements, like exploring the laboratory, and the acting was good. It was competent. The editing was competent. I don't know, it just kind of drags on. It just wasn't what I expected. It's mainly just humans killing other humans. And there's very little like zombie infected, like infected people killing other infected people. I honestly can't think of one scene where an infected person killed like someone who wasn't infected. And that's the way it's promoting itself. It's promoting like, hey, they have to go head to head with these infected people, with these infected like zombie Nazis, pretty much. Overall, I have to give this a 4 out of 10. I might watch it again to give it another shot, but I have to... Yeah, I was just really disappointed in this. I give it a 4 out of 10. I honestly don't get the hype. Like, a lot of people actually like this movie, and I really don't understand why. But, yeah, it's just going to be one of those movies where everyone likes it, and I'm the only one that didn't like it. So overall, 4 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and sorry about the chainsaw noise in the background.